morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning. Yes, again, the beautiful reminder of choice that you always have. Say that to yourself right now. I always have a choice. And let's type that in the comments. I always have a choice. And it's true. You always have a choice. And what is that choice about? It's about how you're going to think at any moment of your life. Think about that. You get to choose what you're going to make things mean, how you're going to think. And that's really important. Why? Because that starts a whole line of causation into movement. How you think leads to how you feel. The feeling that you have, whatever it is, whenever it is the attractive force in your life. It determines what you go to, what comes back to you, what you're repelled by, what's repelled by you, which then leads to the results of your life ultimately. Think about that. That has everything to do with you earning more, changing your lifestyle, even your feelings, even where you live, the car in which you drive. All of it starts in the mind. And what's beautiful again is that you have control over that. And that's the only thing you have control over. You don't have control over anything else. It's so funny how um, here with what's been shared with us by a lot of everything in the human world is, we think in terms of, oh, do you have control over, for instance, your hand? Okay, I lift my hand up, open, close, open, close. Is it really true that I have control over this? Or is it that I have control over my mind, which leads to my hand opening and closing exactly as instructed? Now, think about that. That's important for you because it has everything to do with you changing the results of your life. So use what we're sharing with you because we're dealing with the principles here. We're dealing with primal cause. And that, again, reminds me of my favorite book, which is Secret of the Ages, and how Robert Collier, who wrote that book, had a chapter called Primal Cause. And he states about how important it is for you to build it in your own mind first, and how whatever that is that's built in your mind, it shows up on the outside. And it's revealed here this way from stating that specific paragraph that I'm referring to. The secret of all power, all success, all riches is in first thinking powerful thoughts, successful thoughts, thoughts of wealth to supply. We must build it in our own mind first. And that's what you must do for your life if you want your outer results to change. And remember, if those outer results aren't changing, it's because the building isn't happening inside. Start right here, start right now. Don't concern yourself about that part. Concern yourself about what you have control over. And then continue to do the work again and again and again and again until it becomes automatic. That's another lesson in itself. All right, so let's move into this, shall we? Let's go into what we have been studying. And what we've been studying is this beautiful gem here, As a Man Thinketh and Out from the Heart. James Allen did a wonderful job writing this book in the early 1900s, which is really fantastic, 1903 and 1904 more specifically. And he led people to see something that most people didn't even see. And as a matter of fact, the personal development world has used this as a foundational tool for over a century. With that being said, as we go through this, there are some things that must be adjusted to help you to get a deeper understanding of it. Because here he went at it at a certain level, and well, we're going to go to another level to clean it up just a little bit here. Now, this is not any disrespect on James Allen at all in any way, shape, or form. Oh my God, no. I love what he wrote. Otherwise, we wouldn't be studying it. And this is something that both Dolly and I feel tremendously. So, with that being said, pay close attention to the things that we say with regards to this. And then what do you do from there? You use it, right? You use it. All right. So, you ready to get into this? Type in the comments, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready too. Okay, let's go into this, shall we? Let's go into understanding this better. Here we go. One, two, three. Boom. Now, here we talked about this in yesterday's session, And we're going to go over it again. A circumstance does not make the man, it reveals him to himself. Now, the him part, in terms of what he's pointing out to, is it reveals how he's thinking to himself. Now, sit in that for a moment. He's not talking about the you, meaning who you truly are, the essence of you, which is beautiful spirit and of which is always there for creation, for expansion, fuller expression. No, he's talking about your outer world, how you are showing up. And he's pointing out how circumstance, whatever those circumstances may be, what's in your bank account, what's not in your bank account, the results you're delivering, how successful you are, where you live, all that stuff, that circumstance, it reveals how you are thinking to you. Remember, as within, so without. Your outer world is a reflection of what's happening in your inner world. And guess what? Your inner world's a world of thought. Now, no man, whether rich or poor, can evade the reward or punishment which attach to his own deeds. Now, here, the deeds he's talking about are your actual behavior, the physical movement with what's happening. Now, he's saying that, you know what? Whatever you do behaviorally, guess what? There's going to be either a punishment or a reward with regards to it. And it's not anything that you can evade, because everybody has to pay whatever that consequence is for that. With that being said, to make atonement for it or to make an adjustment with it, you can shift what's happening inside to pay whatever it is that was needed to be paid from whatever that behavior was. Now, think about that, because again, this is what we're talking about, is making a shift inside to adjust any behavior that may have led to something that was either positive or negative to make it better. Now, as soon as he begins to alter his thoughts, he will begin to alter his condition. As soon as you begin to alter your thoughts, you will begin to alter your condition. I recommend you writing this in the first person right here, right now. As soon as I begin to alter my thoughts, I will begin to alter my conditions. Now think about that. Remember, the conditions are the effect. That effect is happening because of the thought, which is how you're thinking. And this brings up the very simple example that I love to bring up, of which everybody knows the answer to, and it's tied to this. Will you be able to be happy most of the time if your mind is saturated with ideas of sadness and disappointment? What's the answer? The answer is no. There's no way. It's heck to the no. It's not going to happen. Why? Because being happy, the behavior of happiness, is the result of being emotionally involved with happy ideas. So if you're sad most of the time, in other words, you're expressing sadness in your body language, it's because you're emotionally involved with sad ideas. You can shift that by changing how you're thinking. Give attention to ideas that are rooted in happiness. Say, I am happy, even though you're sad. Say it again and again and again. Become emotionally involved with that. Next thing you know is happy ideas will come into your mind. Next thing you know, you're feeling happy. And it's the same way when it comes to money. Same way when it comes to any kind of result that you want to experience. Now, the proof of this truth is in every person, and it therefore admits of easy investigation by systematic introspection and self-analysis. In other words, you know what? Here, he's saying, here, I can show it to you. I can show you exactly how this is true, and all you have to do is look inside. When you're feeling something, whatever that may be, positive or negative, just look and see. Just dive into investigating. Okay, well, what's causing this? And you'll find that it's going to be thoughts that are in harmony with whatever that feeling is. Now think about that. It's very simple. And again, what does this have to do with anything? Well, it has to do with everything. Why? Remember what I shared with you? Your feeling is a vibratory state, and that's the attractive force in your life. It's also the repelling force in your life. It determines what you go to, what comes to you, what you're repelled by, what's repelled by you. And ultimately, you have control over that if you'll just start to exercise the use of your mind. More specifically, those higher mental faculties of imagination, perception, reason, will, memory, intuition, all of which are shared beautifully in this beautiful gem. There's no such thing as self-sabotage. Now, before we proceed and go even deeper into this, for those of you who are watching this and connecting to this and saying, wow, I would love to use this in my life to change the results of my life, then do yourself a favor and go to elevitality.com, www.elevitality.com, and scroll down and register for Master Your Mind. You will thank yourself later. All right, now let's proceed with the rest of this beautiful